I made this beef sukiyaki udon. No hate, just happiness. I did work this morning. I had brunch, pole dance, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make food now. Just to feel something. My new rule is also 1 meal a day has to be made at home. I can't eat all takeaway every day because I was really tempted to order this chicken burger that I've recently become obsessed with. But I already ate out today, so I can order it tomorrow. But yeah, I think being intentional with the way that you live is really important. I'm like a crazy person. I have all these little rules for myself. And, sometimes I need to ease up. I'm not crazy strict, but I think having some delayed gratification, some discipline is important. You don't have to be so gluttonous all the time. It will make you feel sick, actually. It's not going to be the dopamine high that you anticipate. Day 4, no hating. I feel great, guys. So what did I learn today? I put it in my notes app. I'm from Perth in Western Australia. I grew up in the suburbs and not many people there, not much going on. So something that I learned today, I reflected on today, I was like, I've never really been in a position where my calendar has been so full or I've had so many requests for my time that I haven't been able to fit it into my calendar. Growing up, there's never so much stuff happening that you have to say no to things, And then I also think people pleasing tendencies, feeling like any request for my time, I need to honor or I need to squeeze in or something. I lived in Shanghai 2017 to beginning of 2020 for 2 years, 2.5 years. Then I was away for 2.5 years and then I came back and now it's been almost 3.5 years. Okay. So the second time coming back, the contrast between being in Perth for 2.5 years during a pandemic when everything's closed, Perth is already boring when it's not locked down and then it was locked down for 2 years. So that to Shanghai, even when Shanghai still had restrictions in place, that contrast was already really overwhelming. So I was grateful at the time to come back while there was restrictions so I could slowly ease into living in a mega city, And as you settle into a city and your sort of social circle, work, network, etc. expands, there are more and more requests for your time and your energy. Every day I get hit up by people. Come to this event. Are you in town? Will you be in town? Can you give me recommendations? Can you connect me to someone that can do this? Do you want to hang out? Are you free this day, free that day? And someone who's I am an introvert at heart. I think my online persona and also maybe the social persona that I have creates the illusion that I am extroverted, but I'm a fake extrovert. And I love both sides of me, but at the end of the day, if I don't have time alone, I go insane, actually. And that's literally how I've been feeling for the past few months. I'm so overwhelmed and I want to be able to please everyone and satisfy everyone's requests and expectations, but I'm at a point where I physically can't. And that's also why I'm doing this no complaining challenge, because it's supposed to help me to better set boundaries around my time and energy and to also notice any areas of leakage. Okay, so I talked about initiating conversations, whether it's I'm initiating a conversation or someone's initiating a conversation with me where we're just complaining for the sake of complaining. And there's nothing wrong with like venting every now and then, but I really feel like most things that you want to complain about, you can figure it out. You know, you just redirect the thought to something that you can be grateful for, and then you move on. And I've been on live like the last 2 days, and people ask me questions, and then I'll just say like, you know, even having the time to ask me these questions is a privilege in and of itself. Like, I understand how isolating it can feel when you feel like you're in a flop era, when you're comparing yourself to everyone, but it's actually a privilege to be able to ask how to improve your life. Not everybody has that privilege, okay? Like, literally, there are people whose homes are being bombed right now. They don't have the time to ask themselves, what meditation practice could I do so that I'm not so stressed out? Like, it's literally like live or die for them. So I always remind myself of that whenever I'm like feeling sorry for myself or whenever I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, it is a privilege for me to think about the things I think about, complain about the things I complain about, be grateful for the things I'm grateful for, have the time and space and energy to even talk about the things that I talk about. You know, like, I talk about how I don't judge anyone that's in a pick me mindset, because it's literally by design that your brain is flooded with negative information that makes you feel insecure, information that makes you feel like you're not enough, information that makes you feel like you'll never be enough, or that you need to buy all these things in order to be good enough. Like, it's by design that you are also conditioned to act against your best interest in service of men to your detriment. Okay, that's literally what the patriarchy is. So I recognize the privilege that I had growing up to be exposed to ideas and people and resources that allowed me to just not really care about what men think from a young age, and then to have that integrated with the things that I'm interested in, the things that I learn about, and the content that I share. Okay, and it is a privilege to complain. People are dying, okay? People are at war in different parts of the world. If you were lucky enough to not worry about your house getting bombed tomorrow, then let's practice gratitude, okay? And that's really something that I feel very strongly about, which is why we're doing this challenge, why I'm doing this challenge, and why I encourage people to just bring awareness, because it's not cool to bring bad vibes to the club, in my opinion. Okay, I'm a DJ. If I go to a party, I make sure I'm in a good mood. If I'm not in a good mood, I leave. I don't stay there and feel entitled to things being good if I can't make it fun. Whether I'm a DJ, whether I'm someone that's on the dance floor. And I think that that's life. Life is a giant nightclub. So you can't come to the nightclub with a bad vibe and expect everybody else to make you feel good. And I feel like the way that angst is marketed as something that's like countercultural, I feel like is really not productive and not slay. Bring back gratitude, make gratitude cool again. Because be the change you wish to see in the world, guys. Okay, everything is connected. You might not be able to control things bad that are happening, but you can control how you think about your life and how you think about whether you're going to be a solution-driven person or you're just going to double down and wait for someone to feel sorry for you. Feeling sorry for yourself, getting people to feel sorry for you doesn't move the needle at all. It just brings the vibe down. Hello? Print this out and put it on your wall, okay? When you're down here, figure out how to get back up here again. Use the power of your mind. And yeah, so it was interesting for me to think about how I'm at a point in my life where I literally don't have enough time and energy in a week to manage all of the requests for my time and energy. And I feel like guilty about it in a way, but I'm doing my best. I'm grateful that people want to hang and want to see me. And I'm grateful that I live in a city that has such high traffic of movement, but I also need to prioritize like what's important. I think that's also something that I mentioned on live the other day. Like, you literally have to write a list of the things that are important to you, from most important to least important. And that's going to change at different stages of your life. And for me right now, the most important thing is working, making stuff, looking after my health, going to bed early, hanging out with my actual friends that I barely get to see because I'm busy doing all these other things, and then also trying to fit in additional work obligations or social obligations for people that are only here for a short amount of time, and I don't have time for all of them, and then I don't have time for my friends. I want to see my actual friends. And then everything else is just to the side. You know, I haven't even like organized my studio the way that I want to organize it because I'm just too tired. But I feel great. Anyway, just came back from a dance class, have another deadline that I need to look over and submit. And another thing that I thought about was bad vibes are literally a disease. When you lock in on feeling good and doing good and integrating the negative and the positive together, the contrast between your vibe and the people that aren't doing that becomes literally like night and day. Like you almost like can't even talk to them. If you bump into someone, you're just like, I don't even know. You can feel immediately the energy drain from the room, you know, and them like literally like looking for something to grab onto and then suck the energy out of, and you just have to gotta go. Oh, okay, another thing is I saw this meme. It was like referring to this sort of like late night procrastination, okay, and how people try to reclaim their time at night because that's time that people won't request from you. You know what I mean? So you end up doom scrolling for like 3 hours, or like pushing your bedtime later and later because you're trying to like reclaim the time. And I thought about this and I was like, that's what I do. Like, I have referenced wanting to go to bed early for such a long time. I've been trying to do it this whole year, okay? And I've flopped and slayed at it in varying degrees. And then today I literally realized, I was like, the reason why I will end up doom scrolling or like thinking that I have to squeeze in all these extra things at nighttime is because I give away so much of my time in the day to things that on some level I didn't really want to do and I didn't really have to do. And then I'm trying to make up for that time at night. And then I go to bed too late. When I've been mindful about how I've spent my time and energy in the day, it's easy for me to go to bed early. But when I have overextended myself in a way that on some level I'm not satisfied with or I'm not happy with, then I will drag out the day until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Saved by a meme once again, you know? So yeah, now I'm grateful that I've done this challenge, that we continue. I'm going to do another 30-day challenge after this. I think it's going to be like make something every day or post a draft every day before the end of the year. Because I have a crazy back catalog of content and whatever, and I'm just going to post it. I don't even care anymore. But yeah, we're only on day 4. 30 days is so long, but also it can go by so quickly. Like the last month went by so quickly, and now this month feels so long because every day I have to stop myself from hating, and I have to prevent other people's hater energy from infiltrating my space. So everyone, let's make gratitude cool again, because they want you to think that being angsty is cool, so that it stops you from being proactive about your life, proactive about social justice and social change, okay? Be the change you wish to see in the world. People's houses are getting bombed, okay? It's a privilege to complain. Don't take that so lightly. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Love ya.